Okay, so time for a trade day recap. Wednesday, September 24th. They say you either win or you learn. And I think that's really important because it's easy to get upset and feel disappointed when we don't win, when we don't think we don't do well, think we fail at things. But if we just look at it as either winning or learning, then we're winning either way. Because when we're learning, that gets us towards winning in anything that we're doing in life. So let's go over today. I think I got it all wrong today, basically. And that's okay. I woke up late. My alarm didn't go off. I scrambled to get into the charts. So here we are on the 1 hour chart. I can even just show you, London this morning was making this. Well, it was at the time I didn't know what it would be, but it was the high near equilibrium. And I was expecting price to come from here down somewhere into, I don't know, discount this fair value, like right in here probably, and bounce. And that's where I was trying to go long. We can see that there was a whole bunch of PD arrays down in here to support price. And but I missed something pretty critical. And that's what I learned today. And I'll flip over here to this other chart. Oh, neighbors are shooting guns, which what happens when you live in the middle of rural nowhere. We live in the southwest Colorado in the San Juans. So here on the daily chart, here's what I missed, and my bro Chris Postal pointed this out to me today. The daily chart had closed below the previous candle, and this was signifying a change in state of delivery to at least this internal range liquidity right in here, somewhere in this fair value gap, and I missed that. Otherwise, I was anticipating for the continuation of this generally bullish trend. We get these little retracements and pop up, little retracement, pop up, little retracement, pop up. I thought this was going to be no different today. I thought it was going to come down into here, into some internal range and pop up. But this right here was the clue. And so I missed it. So I was bullish on the day, basically, and expecting something to come down in here and to take a long. One of the things I missed here on the 1 hour chart before we pop into the trade is that this was looking like a PD array salad. You see I have that noted here. How many different PD arrays are just piled in this zone? Meaning I should stay out. That's one of my rules. If it's a PD array salad on the 1 hour, I should stay out. Whereas, like, look at down in here. There is one inefficiency for the most part. There might be a second right here. But it came down into there and got some nice response off of it. There's a beautiful long down in here, and I watched it happen. I didn't go in. But anyways, now diving into this chart here. So this is the trade. I don't know why it's not showing the execution arrows. It keeps kind of doing that, which, oh well. You can see my P&L over on the left-hand side of the screen, right up here. So I'm red on the day. Not too bad. And I actually flubbed up. I had an accidental trade where I saw this candle closing above this inversion, and it met all my criteria. It was a little bit ugly. You can see that it wasn't quite wanting to push above, and I was taking that as a signal to be cautious, so I went in a little light. And I accidentally opened up a short, and I'm sitting here watching my P&L go negative as price is running up, and I'm like, oh, something's wrong here. And I look over there and I notice I'm in a short. So collapsed the short for a $40 loss. And immediately, once then this second candle right here closed above this breaker, when this one started to retrace, I went long on another smaller position. And I kept a pretty tight stop, which ultimately in the end, like, I got stopped out in just a matter of a few minutes on, I think, this candle right there. It didn't matter. I was completely off sides, and it wasn't going to go my way. So I learned something here today, though. And that's another something I want to show you here in just a quick second. I logged out because for me, I made the mistake and then I was off sides. That was 2 losses in a row, 2 partial losses, adding up to still a partial loss. 200 is my max risk on this account per day. So I did good in walking away. I didn't do everything perfectly, but I still preserved capital, and that's what I'm happy about. But there's something that I really noticed. Like, I really began to question what was why am I so off? Like I've been struggling to get on the mark lately. And I think I figured that out, and I'm just diving into this, but I shared it in my Discord, and it's this right here. And if you want to get into my Discord, there's a link below. It's free. So one of the big things before I get into this right here, I'm a big proponent of removing a lot of the decisions from trading. I like to put things into checklists. And the reason for this is we experience decision fatigue as traders, right? We come into the charts, we're deciding, oh, is this clean? Is this an inversion? What about this tailless candle? Is this the low I want to long? Like we make all of these decisions. So we need to in order to improve our performance in trading, we want to reduce our decisions. So I use checklists and frameworks for everything in the morning. So I can sit here and just look and know exactly what I'm doing. I know what, like here's my pre-market checklist. And here's everything I look at in the morning. I don't need to rethink about the morning. I just go through and do these checklists. These are all free in my Discord. If you want to join, there's a link below. And then of course we can hang out in the chat and we help each other out. But one of the things I shared with the chat today was just noticing this chart right here. And this blew my mind. So let me explain what's going on here. Make sure you can see most of it, it looks like. I'm only blocking some of it. So I looked at the month of September and I wanted to understand, I felt like I've been noticing this pattern of London is making the reversal and New York just continues. So any yellow day is a New York reversal day, right? Any blue day is a London reversal day. So London's gonna make the higher low of the day. And if we look at this, we have only 35% of the days, 9:30 is doing the reversal. Which for me, I'm a reversal trader. I look for that 9:30 reversal. Whereas 65% of the days, 9:30 was continuation of the London trend. And I don't have much to do if that's the case. I think there was one day right here where London made the low of the day. 9:30 had a Judas, a fake out that took liquidity in a reversal that I could have gotten in on. So there's this day and then this day. That gave me 2 days where London was the low or the high of the day, and it provided me with my reversal model. And then aside from that, if we look at all the rest of these blue days, 70% of the days, 9:30 has been a continuation. I don't have a continuation model. I don't anymore. I used to. And so this was eye-opening to me for September. I have not been able to get in many trades, and then the trades I've gotten into, I think I'm break even on the month maybe, or maybe a little bit red, right in that ballpark. So when I examined this month, it really shed some light onto what I think is going on. Now I still have to take more time. I want to go back and look at August for more data because August I did pretty dang good. So was August more price action that was in alignment with my model? I need to find that out. But what I'm starting to see here is price action has not been aligning for me. So here today is a perfect example of London made the high of the day and 9:30, when I trade, was one stage delivery, which meant continuation. Now there was a stop hunt, and there was a 9:30 on the dot breaker. That is not my model, so I can't take that. And then the other thing I know is when they do this at 9:30, they're a much lower win rate for me. When a breaker forms at 9:30 to about 9:33 or 9:34, they have a much lower win rate than if they form any other time. So for me, I'm super hesitant to take these breakers. It also doesn't have an inversion, so I don't even have a trade in here. But that's a critical piece of information. So today I didn't win. I lost a little bit, which is okay. My account's still green. I'm still in profit, which is awesome. But I also think I learned a lot. So that's what I'm taking away from this today, is I've had a tougher time getting in sync with the month. I've streamed for the last 2 weeks. I've only taken like 3 trades. I think I've had 2 losses and 1 win. It's not been feeling very good. And I'm definitely starting to find myself getting a little discouraged. I'm starting to find myself feel a little bit more on the FOMO side, which I don't normally feel. It's just not built into me very much anymore. but I'm starting to feel it more because it's just been so long since I've taken too many trades. And it's like I show up and my trade's not there and I'm not there and I wait, come back maybe later in the day it appears, like today, outside of my trading window, New York lunch provided a beautiful reversal right here. But I stopped trading at 12, especially if I sat in front of the charts all morning. Then I definitely don't trade another session. So I guess I'll leave it at that. That's my review of my trading today. So going forward, I still have some more studying to do this afternoon. I'm going to really think about bringing back a continuation model once I compare this price action to other months, because I was noticing earlier in the spring, I had a continuation model that was happening quite a bit. It was still my breaker and inversion, but it was happening within the morning session. And I'm just not seeing that a ton. So I'm going to go back, figure that out, and then just keep going. I'm going to show up tomorrow again. The thing I'm also going to do different, given that I'm having a tough time getting into it, is I'm going to reduce my risk even further. This is, I'm not risking a ton on my trades, about, $90, $100 per trade, but I can still bring that down a little bit in most instances. I'm usually using two micros. And until I get into the groove of it, and this is one of the big things I learned previously, is for any of your newer traders, like, it might feel like you want to gain back your losses. At this point, I think my account's down like $250 from the high point kind of thing, which isn't a ton, but you might start to feel like you want to gain that back. And so you want to start risking more to get it back. But it's actually quite the opposite. When I go into these weird phases where I'm not doing well, either I'm taking losses in a row, or I just can't seem to quite get in the groove, I miss the trades, or, the charts, I'm struggling in the charts, reduce the risk even further. So I'm going to go down to one mic personally. That's what I do. It's going to be more in the $50, $70 range kind of thing per trade. I'm going to preserve capital because I don't care about the money. I care about the process and my performance. And until that starts improving, which it could tomorrow, I'm only going to reduce my risk. So I think that's about it for this trade recap. I'll be live trading again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, 9:30 in the morning. And maybe I'll have some more insights into this data that I found here that I shared inside my Discords. And I'd love to have you in my Discord. So the link's below. It's free. Come join me.